All right, so this video is going to go through this set of reviews, the answer to them, and that way you will have them, and hopefully as I explain some of them, it'll make some sense for it, okay? So which of the following is not a property of an ionic compound? Ionic compounds are metal and non-metal, so we're looking stuff at metal, all right, and which means that the only one that doesn't count for us, if I can get the little tool there, here going, is letter A. A is not talking about an ionic compound. Letter 2, a compound that has the same number of positive and negative, so positive 1, negative 1, they are neutral. 3, the charges are the Roman numerals, so that's going to make that this one, for number 3, is letter D. Number 4, what is the metallic ion in the compound? So that's copper, and in this case the copper is going to contain a positive 2. So there is the answer for that one. Okay. Number 5, the formula for calcium and chlorine with those charges is going to be letter D. Letter 6, the formula with the aluminum and the sulfate, okay, for number 6 is going to be letter D. No, that's not right. Sorry, guys. We should be looking at letter C. Okay. I basically just did the switcheroo. I'm going to make that a little bit easier for you guys to see here. Okay, so the aluminum is going to take the 2, and then the sulfate is going to take the 3 from the aluminum. So there we go for number 6. Sorry about that confusion here. Number 7, looking at the zinc and the phosphate. Zinc is a transition metal, but it doesn't change its charge. So we're going to be sitting here looking at just zinc phosphate. The compound Fe parenthesis NO2 parenthesis is going to be letter A. Okay. Actually, it is not A. I am not reading my own notes very well here. NO3 is nitrite, and so it's letter B. Okay. Number 9, the chemical formed when 2 more or pairs. There's the key word there, share, which is going to make this letter D. Okay. All right, flip it over. Next page here. I'll flip my notes as well here. Okay. So number 10, okay, the Lewis dot structure for oxygen is going to have, it's going to be letter C, 2 lone pairs and 2 spots where you can bond them to. Number 11, boron. Boron has 3 valence electrons, so there are 3 spots for there, so it can bond to that one. Number 12, the Lewis dot for fluorine is they're going to share one of those, so that would be letter C. Okay. Number 13, we are not going into. Whoa, sorry about that. Did not mean to move that. So number 13, just go ahead and cross that one off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just skip down to number 14. Okay, chemical bonds that hold different atoms together, those are our chemical bonds, so letter C. Okay, make sure this doesn't fill. Okay, number 15 here. An ionic bond is a bond that forms between letter D, electrons of 2 different atoms. Okay, a covalent bond is formed between, okay, non-metals. Non-metal are going to be our covalent. Okay, the name dinitrogen tetraoxide tells you that it contains letter C. 2 nitrogens and 4 oxygens. So that's going to be letter C. Okay. Number 18, that Fe2O3 is named with the iron 3 oxide, and that's because it contains the iron with a 3+. That's why we get iron 3. Number 19, kind of is what kind of bond is formed when we have things exchanging? That is going to be letter C, ionic. The electrons involved in the formation of the bonds are going to be your valence electrons. That's the reason why we have any type of bond, is that they are formed with the valence electrons. Okay, and let's skip down to the next page, and then we will be done for this one. Okay, so number 21. Okay, what is the order of bond length? And we did not cover that one. So number 21 you can X off. Okay. 22, what is the formula for the compound with barium and hydroxide? We're going to be looking at letter C. Hydroxide is a polyatomic ion. Make sure you have parentheses around it. That's a common mistake that I see. Number 23, that compound name is going to be letter D, copper 2 carbonate. Okay. Number 24, which compound name includes the Greek prefixes, and that is going to be letter C. Okay. Number 25, formula for diphosphorus pentoxide. Okay, we're going to be looking at letter D. Okay. Number 26, excuse me, is we are not talking about that information, so go ahead and X that one off. We're not going to do that one. Number 27, okay, the name for that compound is going to be letter A. Okay. 28, okay, what is the correct name for magnesium oxide? And that is going to be letter A. Okay. Listed in the right bond order, we are not talking about that, so that is one that we can X off. We're not going to go into that one. 30, okay, when you have element X and oxygen and you got that X2O, what you are most likely going to see is that this would be something with a 1+ charge, and so that's going to make it be our silver. 31, and that's the last one. Things that have those high characteristics. Conducts electricity. That's your key. That is a metal. Okay, and if you look at these, covalence or nonmetal. Ionic, there's the metal. Hydrogen is a nonmetal. Metallic is a metal. Okay, if you want to go and talk about the next part, okay, is that the conducting electricity. It's not going to be metallic, basically, because we're not really talking about it. In order to be metallic, it's just metals, okay? And it would not have the properties of the conducting so much, especially the solutions, because metallic bonds don't form solutions very easily. They do, but it's really hard. But we didn't talk about metallic, which means we're going to X that off, actually, and we're going to be left with letter B for that. And that takes care of it for us. You do have the other 2 pages with the writing names and writing formulas. That answer key will be posted up on Schoology, and so you can access it there. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.